You alright? He's gonna be trouble. We know that already. I mean, I'm gonna pretend he's not there. You all seem lovely. I don't want to bring the mood down. But is anyone else, you know, struggling? With like everything. Where are all the miserable people? Right? They're not online, are they? Like all my friends, they're on a beach or halfway up a mountain or eating exotic food. No one's ever burying their dog. Where are they? Someone's got to be doing it. Like, I had sandwiches for dinner twice this week. I had nachos. I ordered the nachos. I had crisps for dinner. I was grateful for the plate. Now, that is not a good situation. And when I say sandwiches for dinner, right, I mean like sober at 8 o'clock in the Marks and Spencer's in the train station. And I'm not picking the sandwich I want. I'm picking the reduced one. Shut the fuck up. I'm picking the reduced one and I look at the little label and it's got a yellow thing on it. It says 50p off and I feel like a winner, and that feeling of feeling like a winner lasts 30 seconds until you get to the till and you give it to the guy at the till and he says, "Is there anything else or just this?" And you think, fuck me, I hope there's something else because I don't know how much more of this I can take. And what is that? As if I'm going to be stood there with my fucking cut price sandwich going, yeah, where's the Bollinger? I couldn't find a Bollinger in my face. Like, other people's happiness is bothering me. I did a gig in Birmingham on Friday, right? That's not the sad bit. But it kind of is. I did a gig in Birmingham. I got the train from Euston, right? It was raining. Outside the train, I'm trying to get in the station. Outside the station, that is probably for the best. Outside the station, there is a young couple, right, 16, 17, and they're like snogging. Yeah. I don't mind that. Like, they're in my way, they're snogging, but they're properly fucking going for it. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a toddler try and clean a mixing bowl. Properly getting in there. And the reason they're doing that, right, is because one of them is getting on a train and the other one ain't. And they want to say, look, I know you're getting on a train and I'm not, but that doesn't mean I don't love you. But that isn't love, is it? The snogging part, like everyone likes snogging. Like, alright, you can't talk for everyone, fair enough, but it's here to stay, isn't it? It's like pasta. So, largely inoffensive, you get it all over the world, not so much in the Middle East. Pasta, right? I've been with my girlfriend for a while now, right? And the other day I woke up at her flat and I found my boxers from the day before, right? And there was like a 2-inch skidder in there. I showed her and she stayed. That's love. Love is not a kiss in the rain waiting for a train. Love is yesterday's shit stain. Poetry. Yeah. Alright. I can't help it, man. I can't help it. I keep seeing sad things. Right, like everywhere I look, I just see sad shit. Like I live near a charity shop, right? I walk past this charity shop every day. Last week I walked past the charity shop. There's a leather jacket hanging in the window. In the back of that leather jacket it says the words, "Punks not dead." I looked at it and I just thought, you might want to check the pulse, mate. Green Day have a West End musical. It's in a fucking charity shop at the very least. Punk's mum was cleaning the loft. Like, I haven't seen anything that sad since I saw Mike Atherton on the tube carrying his England cricket tour of West Indies 1998 kit bag, put the helmet on Mike, someone might recognise you. That one's niche. That guy over there who did enjoyed it a lot, and he does not know who Green Day are, so... Keep everyone involved. I think I'm jealous, man. I think that's the problem. Like, I keep seeing happy people like me and my girl. Give me a cheer for the couple. You did not seem that happy. Yeah. 2 days to Valentine's, guys. Cheer up. Give me a cheer if you're single. Give me a cheer if you're so pissed you can't find your fucking seat. Right, simmer down. He's become an event. This is an issue. If you're single, I've got some advice for you, right? Do online dating. Sure, you're thinking that's not very unique advice, James. Hear me out. Do online dating on a Christian dating site, right? Don't get me wrong, I don't believe in God, but I do have a faith in naivety. Seriously, if you believe in like an autonomous higher power and an afterlife, I can probably convince you that I am a well-adjusted adult with no fear of commitment whatsoever. It's gonna be fine. That's my feelings. But yeah, me and my girlfriend, right, we argue a lot. You guys are a couple? No, you're not. Maybe you are. Are you a couple? You see, extend, you could be, doesn't matter. Couples in the room, you two are a couple. Yeah. Do you row? Yeah, good on you. Do you row? Yeah, good. You should, I think you should. But, you know, fuck all those other people with their magnet kitchens. You know? Have an argument, get it done, you know? Me and my girlfriend argue a lot. First of all, right, she thinks I'm lazy. I know she thinks I'm lazy. She told me the other day while I was watching snooker highlights on YouTube. For 6 hours. Who's got a fear of commitment now? Not me. Snooker, incidentally, is the worst sport to watch online. It is the one sport you can't tell if you're watching it or if it's buffering. I was watching Peter Ebdon, I can't tell. Just him. Good. You enjoy it, mate. There's one for everyone. At some point, niche jokes. Doesn't matter, like, I don't know, I'm argumentative at the best of times, like, get your crisps up, mate, out there. I feel like the director's commentary on a documentary about twats. So, me and my girlfriend argue, right? We argue a lot, and I've worked out the reason we argue is because we're a subtly different class, right? It's subtle. You wouldn't notice it, you don't expect it, you forget it exists, right? But it really does exist. It's hard to define. Right? She's posher than me, right? Most people are. But she's not posh, right? And I think the way to describe it is this, right? If you go to Emily's family for dinner, right? Let's say they cook you pasta, and there's little flecks in it. You can be pretty confident that that is like basil, oregano, some relevant herb, right? If you go to my family for dinner and they cook you pasta and there's little flecks in it, 100% ironclad guarantee that is non-stick pan. It's just... We cannot all afford Le Creuset. Come on, it lasts a lifetime. It's an investment. Go for it. It's a pan. It's a fucking pan. Anyway, bit of wine's good for it. So we row. Like, we row mostly about trivial stuff. Like, first of all, I got in an argument with one of her friends at a party about Glastonbury. We were talking about Glastonbury. He was saying that Kanye should never have played Glasgow and say, oh, it's a guitar music festival. Mate, he sold a lot of records. He's fine. Have you been to Glastonbury? I said, no. Oh, well, you've got to go to Glasgow just to say that you've been. Oh. Right. That is the worst reason to do anything ever. Right? If you like camping mud, Class A drugs, I guess music, right, go to Glasgow, you'll have a killer time. Don't do anything just to say you've done it. So he goes, oh, you've got to go just to say you've been. I went, oh, Glastonbury. Yeah, no, I have been actually. He said, really? I said, no. But look how easy it was. It's called lying. But yeah, my girlfriend and I, we argued, but only about trivial shit, right? Like, the biggest argument we've ever had was Wimbledon finals day this year, Sunday, the men's, right? We're sat in my flat, it's me, my housemate Chris, my girlfriend Emily and his girlfriend, right? We sat around and it's like an hour before whatever they call kick-off in tennis, right? And the girls are talking and they say, we should get strawberries and cream, right? And me and Chris, like, we're like, yes. And give sort of a high five with our eyes, right? Because men... I don't know what I said, I butchered it. You started laughing too much and I got concerned and I just said something completely different. Men, we like strawberries and cream too, right? But you're not allowed to ask for them. Case in point, if that had just been me and Chris sat in my flat and I'd be like, hey man, you know what I was thinking we'd make this afternoon of sport better? Fruit. In a bowl as pudding, no. I would have been on Gumtree by the end of the day, like, it's not okay. Right, but the girls said, great, we're going right now. I hadn't been out of the house that day, the nearest shop to my house is a Waitrose because I'm doing better than you think. I don't really shop there, right? I don't shop there for two reasons. First of all, very expensive. Secondly, Waitrose are very smart. All the supermarkets have their own brand ranges. You guys know this, Tesco Value, Sainsbury's Basics, has the smart prices, Aldi. Waitrose is, some of you may know, is called Essentials, which is fine when it's like milk, bread, but when it's lavender scented iron water, go fuck yourself. So it's not an essential. I go maybe once a month for essential bottle, right? They don't call it that. We're on the walk. On the way down, Emily says we should get meringue. Right, again. Meringue fans, again. Don't get me wrong, I'm a meringue fan. I love meringue. Meringue is my second favourite kind of nest. In at number 3, crows. Who doesn't like a pirate? Number 2, meringue. Number 1, of coffee tables. There's a niche one for the over 40s. If you enjoyed that, you will die sooner than everyone else. So we get to Waitrose. You guys know how supermarkets work, right? You've all got loyalty cards. They know you're coming. They know what you're buying. Supermarket sweep. All right. Remember, any time an idea comes into your head, mute it. Cool. We really do not have the time. Yeah. Here's the 50 Shades of Grey fan. Hand over the ball gag, let's get this shit sorted. So, we're going to Waitrose, it's Wimbledon finals day, right? In the same way that if you're going to Tesco at Christmas, there's chocolate Santas, chocolate reindeer wrapping paper, right? If you're going to Sainsbury's at Easter, bunnies, cockroach buns. If you're going to Lidl on New Year's Day, the gin and the coat hangers and the pregnancy tests. They're all in that one aisle. If you go to Waitrose on Wimbledon finals day, strawberries and cream are right by the front door because they know who's coming, but on this day, no meringue, right? Gasps in Cambridge, not here. So I decided I'd ask someone where the meringue was, right? I just asked, so I went up to this guy. Emily wanders off. Right? I went up to this guy, I said, excuse me mate, do you sell meringue? He said, yeah. I said, where would that be? He said, it's next to the essential Belgian chocolate shoe buns. I said, I don't know where that is. And he said, aisle 4. So I went to aisle 4 and sure enough, I found the meringue. Right? And that should be the end of the story, but then Emily comes wandering over and she is carrying a box of 6 eggs. Now I get nervous because we are not foodie people, right? Case in point, we went to a French restaurant once. The waiter came over, he was like, hello sir, would you like to hear the specials? I said, sure. He said, well, for main course, we have coq au vin. I said, nah. Neither of those sound that appetizing. It's a joke, not a moron. But Emily is, right? So it sounds like you don't know, right? I do not trust Emily to cook at all. When we were first dating, we woke up at my flat one morning and I was like, would you like some breakfast? She's like, no, you stay in bed, I'll make it. I thought that's really sweet. She said, yeah, how do you like your eggs? I should have panicked at this point. She said, yeah, how do you like your eggs? I was like, I don't know, scrambled. She said, ooh. A challenge. It's not a challenge. I laughed. 15 minutes later, I walked out into my kitchen to find my girlfriend holding in her left hand what can only be described as a fried egg, and in her right hand, scissors. Shocking. Strips of fried egg onto long since cold toast, and I love her. She don't need a man, she don't need no recipe book, she can make scrambled eggs. She can't, she's a fucking idiot, but she thinks she can, and I love the enthusiasm. It's all kicking off. These guys are just saying foods now. They've given up on the story. It's fine. There's a strong contingent everywhere else. So, she stood there with the 6 eggs, and she looks at me, she goes, oh, you found meringue? I said, yeah. But that's a shame. I've got eggs. So I can see that, but I'm holding meringue. She said, yeah, imagine how many meringue we could make with 6 eggs. So I was like, babe, imagine how many meringue we're going to need. I'm holding 8 meringue. I love meringue. That's 2 per head. That's enough meringue. We've all been to weddings, right? She said, come on, James, where's your sense of adventure? Which is clever, because we were arguing about meringue, and now we're in an Enid Blyton novel. Do you remember 5 whisk egg whites? No, you don't. You know why? Because it's not a fucking adventure. It is meringue. She goes, come on, you need to diversify, you need to be able to cook. I'm like, babe, we live in London, I'm never more than 5 minutes from a croissant. No, what if you find yourself somewhere? I was like, what? She said, what if you find yourself somewhere, like in the woods? You know, like you read about. Like you read about on the news. A man walking down Tottenham Court Road, vanishes, presumed teleported to woods. His family said, we'll be alright. I've seen you make a meringue. No one. I didn't understand why she was so invested in making it when I'm already holding it. And I just asked her, I said, why? And she looked at me, I swear in the eyes, she said, James, you know what they say? They say, give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. I said, yes, darling, yes. They do say that. About fish. Oh, it says that about meringue. So I figured I'd won the argument there, right? That was flawless logic. It was done, I'd won. I was the champion of the Waitrose that day, but I wasn't. Because Emily did a classic lady win an argument technique, which some of you will know. You look excited already. Some of you won't. What she did was this. She just went really quiet, right? She went really quiet for a minute. She looked down at her shoes. Looked back up at me and just said, James, I don't know who you are. Don't know who you are. Can't argue with it. I mean, the Waitrose arguing like a fucking meringue. How am I supposed to know who I am at that point? Ladies and gentlemen, you've been absolutely adorable.